Dysfunctional vet here. I'm getting ready to plant tomatoes, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're running late in the year, but the first thing we want to do is we want to use Epsom salt. This is magnesium sulfate. We want to use maybe a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon, depending upon how large the plant is and how deep we're going and how much dirt we're going to be mixing this in. We're going to want to dig down about 6 to 8 inches, mix this into the soil, mix it up real good down in there, and then put our tomatoes on top of it. We've selected our location here, and we're going to be putting the line of tomatoes here and here. We're going to let them grow for about a week, and then we're going to put the tomato cages around them. By then the drip irrigation should be on them. They should be getting normal routines of fertilizer on schedule, and we'll track that progress as it goes. The first thing we want to do is we want to remove any surface weeds that are out there. There's a lot of them, so we're going to take care of that first right now. The next thing to do is to dig our holes. We'll be planting 6 of them, and we'll dig our holes, we'll put our Epsom salt in it, then we'll come back and we'll put our plants in and cover them up. And I'll show you the proper way to do that with the first one. Our first of 6 holes is probably 8 to 9 inches deep. What I'll be doing is I'll be adding a 1/2 teaspoon, I hope that's in focus, a 1/2 teaspoon of Epsom salt into the bottom of this. I'll mix it with my digging tool. I'll put a little dirt on top, and then I'll show you how to actually put the tomato into the hole. Nice level spoon of it. Mix it up in the bottom. And now we're ready to put our tomato in. I'll show you how to do that. This is the proper way to put a tomato into the ground. Here is our tomato. We want to come up and remove all the lower leaves so that we're got about 8 inches of plant. Then we take the plant, we put it down into the hole, and we start putting the dirt back into it, as you see I'm doing here. And I'll come back and I'll water this in, putting about 1/2 liter of water onto it, but I'll do it very slowly over the course of about half an hour to an hour, and I'll let the soil slowly compact in here. This will cause the plant to produce roots down the length of it, giving you a much healthier plant. Then I'll come back and I'll put a cage on this and start bringing it up into production. On this other tomato, which is right beside it, unfortunately the battery ran out. I had to switch cameras. So you didn't see me do this. It had a whole lot more leaves, but I did the same thing, and it's buried about 8 inches into the ground. Now I'll finish the other 4 of these, and then I'll move on to the other tomatoes that I have to plant today. These are the tomato plants that have been planted. Some have water, some don't. I've got to come back and finish watering all of them. I didn't bring very much water out because I had only planted a few at the time. The next step is to get all of these watered in and then come back. As you can see, I have 2 holes left. That's for some tomatoes that have yet to be brought out. When I plant these, I'll be bringing the water also. We'll get all this watered in and life will be good. Dysfunctional vet out.